guys, how you going? This is Crypto Quirk, and I've been away for a little while, but I'm back with the next video. And this is brought to you by the few questions that friends of mine have asked me. So without further ado, I want to basically show you, this is a post that I did a few months ago in 24th of November, talking about the financial revolution and how, let's see if it's actually better this way. Yeah, probably is better. And the financial revolution and is happening in slow motion in front of your eyes. I beg you, teach yourself about digital asset like Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. Now, this was posted, as I said, in November. If we look at the price of Bitcoin in November, we were about here. We were about $19,000, you know, and we were about here. So we did 200% pretty much from since when I post that video. But you know, I could have been wrong as well, but this stuff tend to kind of go in cycle. Now, the reply I want to give few friends of mine, I posted this today. I'll show you. This morning, I just woke up, you know, and I kind of felt like I wanted to say things few to my friends. So I posted this. As I said before, please familiarize yourself with the digital money revolution that is happening now. Your grandkids will be thankful. Google what is cryptocurrency, start from there. Now, a few of you guys made, and I basically want to go through the different comments because obviously Serena was like, which one should I use or recommend? And I recommended this. Now, when I'm making this video, I want to remind you, I'm not a financial advisor. Just do your own research. You know, it's your money. Don't buy or sell anything because I told you so. But I'm basically just giving you some feedback on my experience in the last 4 years in this quite big world that is crypto. Now, I wanted to basically reply to this. I wanted to reply to Milan because he's got a very good point, and it took a lot of time to, you know, write a message and reply. And he also said this last time as well, and I think he is missing one point which I kind of want him to understand because. Well, I'll go through it now. And also the other one is JPI, which he talks about until a solar flare. Now, this one here, I don't know if you can see it. The solar flare, it's a great point. Okay, what happens if a solar flare hits the world? Now, first of all, it can only hit half of the Earth. It can never hit all of it because there's only one side of the Earth. And if you're not familiar what a solar flare is, it's electromagnetic energy that gets sent from the sun, and it's been happening for thousands of years. The problem is that now we have electricity, and that affects the electronic gadgets. So we have cars, mobile phone, anything that is electric will be affected by a solar flare, and that will literally render towns. Like I think in 1982, Canada got struck by a solar flare, and like I think whole Toronto went down for like a couple of days. It's a great point, but if a solar flare were to hit the banking system right now, we would be in huge trouble because the whole banking system is centralized, which means that the nodes that the banks are running are very centralized. So if you target those nodes, if Visa goes down because their main net gets down, the whole world is in huge trouble because it's centralized, because these people own their own nodes and servers. And it's a bit technical for some people that are listening, so if you're not sure, just ask me a few questions, I can reply. But basically, solar flare, don't worry about it, because if there's a solar flare that hits the Earth and it's big enough to render anything useless, we have way bigger problem than where our money are, because we want to have water, we want to have fuel. It's a really big, it could happen, but keep in mind, I think 3/4 of the Earth is water, so most of the solar flares hit Earth, because they happen all the time, but they hit Earth on water or in deserts. We don't live. I don't know what's the percentage, but I reckon we live on only on 5% of the planet. If we are lucky. Like, the planet is really big compared to where we are, and our infrastructures are sort of localized in near the water regions. But that's one thing. My second reply is to Milan. So I'm gonna read this to you. So because it's a bit of and it's a really good point that he makes, but I think I have an angle on this. So everybody investing into digital currencies, willingly or not, taking part into the gradual restriction of freedom of men and greater scale, all for the sake of easily acquiring wealth. The so-called revolution, with the lure of easily multiplying your investment, has been systematically constructed for a foreseen principle when digital currency will be able to the constructed to a foreseen precipice when digital currency will be able to overturn coins and notes and become the sole global currency. I'm not sure the grandchildren will be too happy in a system where every movement, transaction, and personal life will be completely monitored and recorded, where at the press of a button your bank account can be frozen and substantially penalties withdrawn for not obliging to greater laws and rules that will take place. Restricting freedom means restricting love and further suppressing our spirits and true nature of artificial reality. I apologize, Mateus, for expressing ideas which are contradictory to your post, and I'm expressing my concern in view that hope that people will take this into further consideration rather than driven by the hopes of becoming wealthy. I understand that some wealth means freedom, more times to engage in arts, leisure, friends, travel, acquire material possession, turning dreams into reality. However, this is not the way it's meant to be. Now, this is a great post. Thank you, Milan, and I'm gonna send you this message to watch this video because I'd like you to watch this. Because now, if I go back into what you say, this so-called revolution with lure of easily multiplying your investment has been systematically constructed. I'm not sure our grandchildren will be too happy in a system where every movement, transaction, and personal life will be completely monitored and recorded. Now, what you are talking about here, this future, it's already happening. It's already happening. 97% of all the transactions are digital right now. The banks can stop your account at any given time, and they can penalize you at any given time. Anything you're saying right here, it's already happening. Now, the difference with cryptocurrency is that they cannot stop payments and they cannot print the money. Anything you said in this post, Milan, will be perfect. But the problem is that the central banks can print money and the government borrow against them. So because they print money, anything you're saying, it's no, because right now, the $5, where is it? This $20 in here, it's only worth $20 because me and you agreed on it, and it's being printed. This year has lost 10% of its purchasing power because every time they print money, we lose purchasing power. So I just want to show you this. How long have we got? 9 minutes. Okay, so we got a bit of a time. This is a really nice website called visualcapitalist.com that does some infographic on lots of things. So, and this is a really good description on how I believe, Milan, you have a where is it? You have a distorted view on how the system is working now, and you don't know enough about how cryptocurrency work. Because if you understood the way it works, then you wouldn't be against it, because everything you're saying here, I agree completely with you. I'm putting my money mostly in cryptocurrency because I don't believe in the banking system and I don't believe in them printing money until infinite. So whenever I'm saving money and I'm working, I'm putting money in the account, every year I lose purchasing power because the central banks are printing more dollars. And this is, I cannot choose. So I choose to buy something that is limited. Now, when we look at this infographic, for example, over here, now each of these dots, it's worth $100 billion. Now silver is roughly worth it's 43 billion, so it's not even that much. I think it's probably grown a little bit. Now this bear in mind, this is 11 months ago. So cryptocurrency, Bitcoin was worth about 244 billion, including all the other cryptocurrency. Now this is almost worth, if you go on to coin market cap, so the market cap now of the whole cryptocurrency space, it's worth 2 trillion. Okay, so yeah, so $2 trillion, which is, it's never been this high ever. So rather than be one block, there should be 20 blocks now. Okay, yeah, because it's gone up 10x at least from when this infographic was made. Now, so cryptocurrency is pretty much, let's say it's 20 block now, which is pretty much the US budget deficit, which now it's increased anyway, so it's twice as much anyway. But I want to show you. So silver is there, Bitcoin, let's say even it's 20 blocks now. The US military spending is 10 blocks every year. This is every year, okay? Now we have a look and coin and banknotes, tangible. You get about 6.6 trillions. So this is how much money there is, like sort of like cash all around. Once we start and go through, we can have a look at gold. Gold, it's pretty much it's at 10 trillions, and there is some reserve in the ground, so it's finite, but every year there's 2% coming in. Now I wanna skip a few ones. So you got Fortune 500, stock and market. So we started getting on the big cubes. Now all this stuff, it's still stock. So you're buying an asset, you're buying something into a company. Money supply, there it is. Okay, so narrow money. So if you look at narrow money, there's about $35 trillion worth of tangible money. So coins and notes. The Milan is saying that our grandkids will wish they had still, because I still believe there's gonna be cash. It's still gonna be used in a way or another. But 93% of the dollars available in the world, or the fiat money, is digital already. You're not really changing much. The difference is that the bank own the networks, that this money is running through it, and the central banks are printing this money. They're literally spawning the money, and they're putting it injecting them into the country, but out of thin air. That's the problem. With cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, it's finite. There's only 21 million of them. You cannot make anymore. There's no way you can make them anymore. Like the code is, it's written in math and code. You cannot change that. So if you look at the global debt is just, of household. This is just household. That's government debt. That's non-financial corporates. Here, how much more money there is in the world. This is real estate. This is global. This is how much money there is in real estate, right? Commercial, global wealth, and then derivatives. Derivatives are insane. Look how much we've got in derivatives, which is basically like people betting on other asset going up or down. So we created this gigantic bubble. We're talking about something like $558 trillion. That's on a low estimate of derivatives. Now, if we go back and look how small the cryptocurrency market is at the moment, you see how much money is still available in the world. Even if 1% of that were to hit the cryptocurrency market, the gains would be incredible. But you say, well, I don't care about gains. I wish the world was a different way. That's true, but we we will always need a means to an exchange, because if I make apples and you make bacon, we can exchange apple and bacon, we can make apple bacon sauce, but at one point of the next couple of years, I'm going to be tired of eating your bacon and you're going to be tired of eating my apples, and you want to buy some pear, but nobody sells pears in Perth, so you're going to have to buy them from someone else. And we need the means of exchange. Now we're using the dollars, and what's happening around the world that we actually, cryptocurrency is trying to make it fair for everyone. Right now, the world reserve currency, it's in dollars, euro, Japanese yen, and yuan. I think there's probably another one in there. And basically, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these cryptocurrency in the future will become part of the world reserve currency. You know, it's it unfortunately doesn't work this way. Like, there's only right now there are 18 million Bitcoin in circulation. By 2140, there will be 21 millions. That's it. You cannot make more. You cannot make more. And if you want to understand why, that's when I tell people, look, just have a little Google search and understand how Bitcoin is created. Okay? So, and I do these videos because I really, I love you all guys, and I really appreciate all the feedbacks that I get. Nuncio says, I don't have money, only love. That's great, but it doesn't work that way, because I'm sorry, that's bullshit, because you can have as much love as you want, but you still gotta drive your car somewhere, and you even if you don't need the car, you still gotta eat. And even if you don't want to use money at all, at one point of the end, you will need to exchange something for something else, and you cannot create everything. So as human, we manage to use means of exchange so that we can exchange things much easier, and I wish the world was a different place, but it's not. And most people want to have more than the other person. That's how it is. That's how it works. Because we always achieve, men's and women always want to go out and explore and better themselves and better their position, because that's how we strive. That's how we live. We want to better ourselves. And some people choose that, to have this very shanty life where they basically don't, they're happy just with themselves. But there's a very few of them. And if everybody did that, they didn't want to research, they didn't want to push, we wouldn't be living in such a great world where we're living now. And say whatever you want, this is the best. To me, it's like we're living in the best time that we can ever be living on Earth. That is recorded, at least, I'm not talking about Atlantis. But I'm saying, like, in the last 4,000 years, the living standards of everybody on Earth, it's great. But from 2012 to since 2020, half of the world, that like the poorest people in the world have halved. Like, everything is getting better, and I want to use, if I'm gonna have some gains out of cryptocurrency, to convert into land and make sure that I can reforest and make my friends and family happy first, and then expand this and be charitable. But I just wish everybody, good luck in all their endeavors and whatever they're trying to achieve in life. We are in a very special time of history right now, where a brand new asset class is being created. And if you're not in cryptocurrency right now, you will look back in 15 years and be like, fuck, I wish I was there. Now, this is not financial advice. I could be completely wrong. This whole thing could be a hoax, but I've been doing 4 years of non-stop research, and some of you guys know that I just can't stop talking about it. But I all wish we could be, wealthier, because money is good in a way, because it makes you do things that you like to do, and we can live without it, of course, but life is different. And I don't think the whole world would go like, oh well, I don't need money anymore, let's just go barter everything. It's not gonna work. We travel everywhere. It's a globalized society right now. The Pandora's box has been opened. You can't go back. So we gotta figure out a way that the people in power cannot print more money, so then our purchasing power is going down constantly. The reason why a house cost $500,000 and a shit house in Perth costs $500,000 now, and in 1972 was about $9,500 for a 3-bedroom apartment in Fremantle. I've looked at magazines from 1972. I got some, and I was looking at the prices, and it was shocking. It's not that the bricks are costing more. It's that you need more dollar to buy the bricks because they've been printing money since 1975 or something like that. So we got 21 minutes, so I gotta stop this now because I don't want to go too long. But I hope that this has explained a few things. I'm gonna upload this now and send you all guys that I spoke about a link so you guys can have a look, and maybe you can write back to me or whatever you want. And apart from that, thank you so much, and always play from a position of strength, please. Don't get wrecked, and remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just doing this because I like to share the information, but please do your research and don't buy into crappy coins that your mate told you. If you really want to learn something, learn about Ethereum, learn about Bitcoin first, maybe XRP. I mean, I like that too, but learn about the big ones first, because it's a huge universe, and you will end up losing much more money if you do that. But please do your own research. Peace out. Ciao.